The girls' locker room.
Oh, that's okay. You can change here if you want to.
You won't mind, right?
No, no mind. Hey.
Hi fans, thanks for clicking on the dreaded D-Rose report. Let me get situated over here. Just wanted to show you just a little clip of Mickie James. That's her first and let me tilt this down a little bit. Sorry about all. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a little clip before anything happened on the tape. That was Mickie James in her first, and as far as I know, her only adult video clip. It gets very explicit, by the way. Just wanted to let you know. It's out and around. All right. One of the worst things I always have to do in doing news events is let you guys know that a wrestling legend has passed away. Angelo Poffo, the father of Randy Savage and Lanny, the genius or the professor, whatever he was called, died this morning at 84. Message on Lanny Poffo's website reads this way. He said, with a heavy heart we announce the loss of a wrestling legend, Angelo Poffo, who passed away peacefully in his sleep this morning at 84. Lanny Poffo posted a poem he wrote about his father, which you can read at lannypoffo.com. And again, we send our thoughts and prayers out to the family of the Poffos. As you remember, the genius, or whatever he was called at the time, he used to come and Lanny used to read all kinds of poems. I have no idea why. I'm glad that's not going on anymore, but anyway, got a lot of old memories of Angelo Poffo. Teamed for years with Bronco Luvich around this area, and they were a major tag team for a long time. All right, Pope D'Angelo De Niro suffered an ankle injury, according to his post that he put on his Twitter account. He says the Pope's ankle is swollen about the size of a golf ball. He said, not good, but Pope has life, health, strength, and devoted congregation. I'm grateful. That says PHS. Something high school? I don't know. And his devoted congregation, I'm not sure who that is either. WWE has announced that the cast of an upcoming comedy movie, Hot Tub Time Machine, will be guest hosting WWE Raw on March 29th. I don't know how a movie can host it, but we'll find out. Anyway, the night after WrestleMania. Commercials for the movie, which hit the theaters on, will hit on March 26th, to be in theaters, have begun airing on Raw recently. If you want to see a full list of the upcoming guest hosts, visit WWE.com, which I thought they were going to cut it out for a while, but I think after Austin and after WrestleMania, if they're going to keep going up against TNA, my only thought would be it would be great to have a running guest host, or whatever you want to call him, of The Rock, which they've been trying to get over there, which I think they got something kind of resolved, and Rock wants to do it, of course, if he's got time off from movies, to do an ongoing, running thing. He said he didn't mind it. Take him up on it, Vince. Well, what do you know? More than I do. Anyway, TNA Wrestling released Tracy Brooks, by the way, this morning, according to PWI Insider, and says she's been with the company since 2003 and was the original members of the Knockout division, which I don't know why she was always there and then she was gone and there and gone, hurt, gone, and back again. During an appearance on Don Imus' Fox radio show this morning, TNA star Hulk Hogan hyped Monday's Live Impact. He says his debuts and hinted that TNA's plans surprises that may begin as early as this evening. Hogan says, stay tuned in a few minutes before 9 because we may pull off some sneaky stuff. Remember, before 9, he said. Please make a note of it. Back in January 4th, footage of Scott Hall and Sean Waltman was shown on Spike TV during commercial breaks of the USC show that aired on right before Impact. The TNA looked to be grabbing attention from the wrestling world on its first night of New Monday Night War, but possibly we could be seeing something similarly on Monday night. TNA star Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart appeared on the Jim Kerr Rock and Roll Morning Show. this morning from New York City. Hogan strongly hinted that Ron Van Dam has signed with TNA Wrestling. Of course, he hinted. We got a lot of young kids like AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy, but we've got a bunch of surprises coming up, and some of the guys that just signed, I didn't even tell Jimmy Hart about it. Found out just about it last night. Hogan then pointed to himself like RVD does, saying his name, and then it's going to be real crazy, he says. Here's an ad for the new gym, by the way. It's going to be opening up in Aurora, Colorado, I guess, March 3rd, 2010, which is yesterday. After several months, no, 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. Time flies. After several months of establishing itself as an up-and-coming elite gym for everyone, the ATT Altitude is ready to celebrate a grand opening on March 6th. I didn't make it. Anyway, gym owner, by the way, is undefeated MMA champion and professional wrestler Bobby Lashley. Plans to conduct demonstrations and hold open classes to show the gym, what the gym has to offer. And there's going to be food from local restaurants, numerous giveaways throughout the day. Kids and adults of all ages are welcome. DJ Shans will be participating in the event. We're having a hell of a grand opening. Wrestling Observer newsletter said there's talk that using Natalya and David Hart Smith with Bret Hart in the induction for the late Stu Hart at this year's Hall of Fame ceremony. Natalya and Smith would likely be doing the introduction, with Bret doing the acceptance speech, I guess. It remains to be seen how WWE puts Stu into the Hall of Fame. Storyline that Vince being against Bret right now, that the feeling is that Steve Austin will somehow be one to put Stu into the Hall of Fame when he hosts Raw in a few weeks. 'Cause I said so. No, Wrestling Observer said. WWE NXT rookie Justin Gabriel turned 29 yesterday. In a note before that I told you about Gail Kim suffering some sort of an injury on Raw in the pillow fight match. She limped after the match and had to be helped to the back. First word is she suffered a foot injury, but nothing else been found out. We probably could ask Gail why she has a Twitter account, probably. Find out. WWE NXT Michael Tarver acted as a member of the Floyd Mayweather's entourage during the angle with the Big Show back in 2008 on Raw. Tarver was in developmental at the time, and the company put a few wrestlers in Mayweather's entourage to take bumps. Eric Bischoff was asked on Facebook if he thought Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon storyline was being well done. Bischoff responded with a kind of interesting comment, and this is true. Says, for what it is, yes. Allegedly, WWE found out about the Lloyd's of London insurance policy that Bret had after the effects. It had an effect on the setting up the match, I guess. As a result, Lloyd's of London has to approve a physical structure of the match. They have to approve it. Can't confirm this, but perhaps WWE's bought out, and the problem, bought it out, and they'll cover him. But if not, could be disappointing. Either way, he says I'm looking forward to it, and very happy for Bret. Going back to going back to WWE in any capacity was the right thing for him to do at this stage of his life. While NXT, this is how Bret's making a living right now off of the insurance policy. While NXT is not showing the potential to break out as a massive hit, at least it's managed to retain the curious audience that tuned in last week. Tuesday's episode this last week averaged a 1.24 cable rating, down slightly from last week's 1.3 among viewers. However, the show climbed to 1.73 million people. Show hosted about 0.6 on the regular adults, 18 to 49 rating. All right, what have I got? About out of time. Last two episodes are noteworthy as episode 1 is, so interesting to see how the show's going to be, being able to maintain its viewership. Kind of hope it does. I like seeing some new faces on there. It ain't too bad, but not too good. I gotta go.